The financial cost of Brexit is staggering, with the UK already having spent 24 billion to withdraw from the EU and another 6.4 billion yet to be paid. And these payments, part of the financial settlement agreed with the EU, do not account for the wider economic damage, including the loss of trade, investment and business opportunities. And the figure comes at a time when the UK is struggling to fill what Keir Starmer has called the 22 billion gap in its finances. Well, surely 22 billion gap in its finances and paying out 22 billion simply to get divorced from Europe, that surely explains it all. While the Chancellor warns of difficult decisions on spending, welfare and taxation, we have literally shot ourselves in the foot. Brexit has led to a significant exodus of businesses, especially those reliant on the EU market. Major financial institutions such as Barclays, Bank of America, JP Morgan have moved assets or established significant offices in Dublin, Frankfurt and Paris. Nissan, once a staunch supporter of UK manufacturing, has reconsidered its long-term strategy, while major manufacturers like Panasonic and Sony have relocated their European headquarters to mainland Europe. And this flight of capital and business activity has hollowed out parts of the UK economy, leaving the country with diminished growth prospects. And all because of Brexit. Where are these Brexit bonuses? Can anybody tell me just one Brexit bonus that justifies all this misery? Investment has sharply declined, with the UK seeking a reduction in foreign direct investment, FDI, since the referendum. The OECD reported that in the years following the Brexit vote, the UK dropped from being the top destination for FDI in Europe to losing significant investment to countries like France and Germany. This is not only a blow to financial services, but also to manufacturing, tech and creative industries, which now all face new regulatory hurdles and higher costs simply because of Brexit. And it's not good enough to simply turn round and opine that, yes, this is about a worldwide recession. Other countries are doing better. Give me a Brexit benefit. There is no Brexit benefit. This is an ideological obsession of the far right and of Nigel Farage. They've succeeded and they've reduced us all to poverty and an insignificance. One of the most pressing issues is the damage to the UK trade relations. The EU remains the UK's largest trading partner, but exports to the EU have become significantly more expensive and time-consuming, and the Resolution Foundation warned that strained trading relations have caused major economic damage, with ongoing border friction, tariff barriers and regulatory misalignment hampering British businesses. And despite Sir Keir Starmer's reset of relations with Brussels, without rejoining the single market or the customs union, the UK will continue to face significant hurdles. Politically, Starmer faces immense pressure to publish the true cost of Brexit. His commitment to strengthening ties with the EU through policies such as a youth mobility scheme and better access to fishing water may be a step in the right direction. But it's clear that the damage inflicted on Britain's economy by Brexit cannot be easily reversed with incremental policy shifts. A full independent inquiry into Brexit's true costs may be necessary to understand the depth of this crisis, this self-inflicted crisis. My own thought on this, for what it's worth, is that Brexit's costs are not just financial. It represents a political failure of monumental proportions. The £24 billion paid is only part of the story. What's more concerning is the loss of global standing, the restrictions on opportunities for younger people, the sense of isolation in an increasingly interconnected world. And it appears that Britain has paid heavily for the so-called privilege of leaving the world's largest trading bloc. And the path to economic recovery is fraught with obstacles, all of which we have placed there on our own. These are obstacles of our own erection. Starmer may be right to seek closer ties with the EU, but without addressing the larger structural issues left by Brexit, the UK's position will continue to decline.